Have you ever wanted to be a superhero? Yes, you. Because many creatures have special abilities, and some would be really awesome to have. Like sharks can smell blood from miles away, jellyfish can sting, and an octopus can change their colors and even textures in the blink of an eye to blend with their environments. Haven't you ever wished you could steal some of those powers to use for yourself and become a superhero? Actually, this one small creature did just that. Introducing the sea slug. You may think of slugs as these really boring colored, slow, slimy animals living outside and cowering only to come out shyly in the rain. Sorry, little guy. Sea slugs are a little different. Although they're still slow and soft-bodied creatures, they're incredibly beautiful, dazzling predators. These creatures can be found all around the globe, but usually stay close to shore. While most of them live in shallow tropical waters, some have been found in the most surprising places. Some have even been found down to 2,730 meters below the surface. For scale, that's like diving down the length of 8 Eiffel Towers stacked upon each other. This amounts to experiencing the pressure of 230 atmospheres around the sea slug, or like 20 elephants standing on them, which would be an incredible amount of pressure for such a squishy fellow. And nothing says body positivity like a sea slug. Their bodies are wildly different from each other. Although they have most of the same body parts making up the slugs, they're in different places. They usually follow 2 main body types, the door nudibranch or the eyelid nudibranch. Note that all nudibranchs are sea slugs, but not all sea slugs are nudibranchs. For example, the famous Pikachu sea slug, or Pterocera pacifica, is a dorid. The dorid nudibranch keeps its gills gathered up around their anus, and they use these gills to breathe. An eyelid nudibranch's back is covered in gills, which are called in this case cerata. The Spanish shawl, or Flabellina iodina, is one of these flamboyant creatures. Plus, these animals can be many different sizes. Some of the smallest sea slugs will only grow up to 2 centimeters long as adults, while larger species could grow up to 60 centimeters. One black sea hare that was found happened to be 99 centimeters long and weighed 14 kilos, which is about twice the weight of a land hare. Sea slugs can also be different colors and patterns. They could be 2 centimeters and white, covered in black spots like the sea bunny, or they could be bright red and orange while getting up to 40 centimeters long like the Spanish dancer. Although there's so many of these sea slugs eat coral, sponges, anemones, hydroids, bryozoans, tunicates, algae, and sometimes even other nudibranchs. They're mostly carnivores and predators. They're incredibly diverse, as there are over 3,000 species already documented. Their success could come from the fact that they're hermaphrodites, which means that each individual has the ability to be both female and male. So anytime they meet, they have a choice, and in each encounter could result in reproduction, which greatly reduces the amount of time looking for a mate. Or it could be due to the fact that they don't have many predators due to their toxicity. But in fact, sea slugs can range from not toxic at all to just really bad tasting onto very deadly. In nature, being brightly colored usually signals to other animals that they're also very toxic and to be warned not to eat them. But some animals are brave, careless, or worse, clueless, and tried to eat them anyway. Then they quickly learn that prey being beautiful means prey being deadly. Thankfully for us, most sea slugs aren't toxic to humans, but others can very much harm us. Sadly, not all sea slugs have their talent recognized, and they have to be smart about displaying their powers. They rely on tricks evolution has blessed them with to help show their toxicity. In this case, they depend on the gifts other species received. They count on an effect called the Mullerian mimicry. It's when one species is toxic but relies on looking similar to another poisonous or venomous species so that the usual predators will learn faster that they themselves are also toxic. For example, a group of sea slugs from different species that create or steal their own toxins is predated on. They're likely to get eaten more often as the predators need to learn what is toxic. And what better way than to try each and every slug species individually, right? So, through thousands upon thousands of years of evolution, they accidentally developed the perfect solution. Some species of the sea slug group are lucky enough to just about pass as each other due to their markings and survive. So, they breed and continue breeding with the other lookalikes from their own species until thousands of years later, voila, a perfect mimic. Some were so convincing that scientists didn't even know that they weren't from the same species at all until they DNA tested the sea slugs and found that they weren't even closely related. And all they had to do was just look like each other. They depend on the species they accidentally mimic to teach animals that they themselves are poisonous, so that the predators don't have to try each individual species to find out about their toxicity. Then, once the predators know not to eat them, they can roam carefree. But other sea slugs just are that talented and have evolved incredible powers. The beautiful blue dragon, Glaucus atlanticus, has the amazing power of thievery. Yeah, it doesn't sound very honest, but it's honestly cool. As sea slugs make their own toxins or steal them from their prey to make themselves poisonous, this guy took it to another level. The blue dragon eats a specific kind of siphonophore, the Portuguese man-of-war. Siphonophores are a colony of animals closely related to jellyfish. The Portuguese man-of-war has tentacles around 10 meters long. Its deadly sting not only allows it to catch and eat prey while also protecting it from other predators. Their sting is so powerful that they've even been fatal to humans. But the blue dragon doesn't care how deadly they are. This brave little slug not only eats but hunts the powerful Portuguese man-of-war. On top of this, it has the nerve to steal cells they use as stingers. These cells are called nematocysts, and just like a harpoon, the nematocyst is coiled up in the cell, and when triggered, it releases very quickly and stings its prey. But blue dragons are immune to their sting. When the sea slug eats their prey with their serrated teeth, they collect the cells, which will later be used as a defense mechanism against predators. This is called kleptonidae, and the stolen cells are then kept at the edge of the serrata of the sea slug for defense. Did I happen to mention that the blue dragon is also only 3 centimeters long? Although the blue dragon is unique when it comes to its prey, it's not the only sea slug to steal stinging cells. The variable neon slug, Nembrantha kuboriana, can't steal stinging cells. Anyway, they don't have any serratas to store any stinging cells of their own. So, it steals poison for protection from its prey. This sea slug is always dressed for a party, but it definitely does not want to be invited to the dinner table. The variable neon sea slugs eats sea squirts and stores their poisonous chemicals as a defense so that they are not eaten. They also have a great understanding of personal space, and if irritated, disturbed, or scared, they will do what any sensible person would, and secrete a deep blue slimy mucus to make sure no one gets close. Although these sea slugs have incredible powers, not all of them use their abilities as a defense mechanism against predators, and some use their power to better themselves in a different way. For example, some of these sea slugs have the ability to eat the sun. Well, not quite. The leaf sheep, or Costacelia kurishime, and the emerald Elysia chlorotica, both have this ability. They are often revered for their bright green coloring, and they've made it clear that they have truly mastered the importance of being prepared. Just like the blue dragon, they also steal a superpower from their prey, but it's not for defense. In fact, these sea slugs take the part of the cell in algae, which allows them to perform photosynthesis. These organelles are called chloroplasts. They transform energy from the sun into energy that can be used at any moment by the sea slugs, preparing it for when food may be scarce. Alicia has especially made it clear that they wish to be a plant, thanks to their eerily convincing plant-like body shape. They are the perfect blend between plants and animals. Although we don't possess superhuman abilities, our superpower comes in the form of intelligence. Indeed, we cannot steal the stingers from deadly animals, nor can we store poison for later. We can't even rely on the sun for a little snack on the road, since we can't perform photosynthesis. But if we use our super intelligence correctly, we can learn more about all the secrets around us, even those of the smallest super sea slugs.